Hello, Internet.
Hello,
I'm stealing.
Internet.
I'm stealing all of Tim's lines. We are back today with our second installment of our development on a local first web app with effect that we decided last week would be a meal planning app, and we affectionately named it ChEffect because it was too good not to name it ChEffect. Yeah. So I think last week we had just gotten everything wired up to the point where things were working with LiveStore. And we were able to get data, read and write data and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's where we left off, right, Tim? I don't know if I'm remembering right.
The last commit was whip. It's a work in progress still. How about we put it up and see what it looks like? Started doing a V0 project. Yeah, PM div. I just updated everything, so hopefully
So everything's gonna be broken.
Loading LiveStore, okay. It's got a lot of loading happening. Yeah, right, it still works.
I think we should, I do think at some point we should retry re-enabling the dev tools. I'd spoken with Johannes off stream and he said we should give it a shot.
Don't we need to
I don't think so. I think that just by like registering whatever we did last time, we should be able to get the dev tools working. Okay. And they are like extremely good for debugging. So yeah, I would say
it is called LiveStore. Docs. Getting started. Tools. Dev tools.
Yeah.
Sponsor only benefit.
We'll see if we can't get it working. If we can't get it working, I'll message Johannes with a red arrow.
Plugins. I'm missing. We can just add in here somewhere. And our schema is in source LiveStore schema, so that's irrelevant. I'm getting a lot of V audits. Okay. Refresh. Dev tools.
So click the little dev tools link and let's see what happens. If it asks you to log in, go through the flow.
Activation endpoint. Currently
You're
not
not
sponsored,
sponsored.
so if you like the project, please consider sponsoring. Connect each. Become a sponsor.
Yeah, do that.
And then where do I put that key?
Good question.
Transfer error.
Is it an option in like the plugin or something like that?
It looks like there's a request error. Well, it says connected, but then any error underneath.
That's interesting. Where do we put the license?
Uh,
In the plugin in your Astro in the config for Vite.
yeah.
In the Vite config, go over there and take your trial license thingy and see if there's a license field or something.
No type information. Docs. Div tools. It's got schema path.
Wait, what's config?
Node modules. LiveStore. Div tools Vite. This plugin is some type declaration. Schema path. Mode. It's nothing about a license key here.
All right, I would take a picture of the screen. You can link it to me for now, and next time I talk to Johannes, I'll put a big fat red arrow on it and send it to him.
You can manage your sponsorship.
LiveStore, Dev Tools. Okay.
Good. Screenshot. We need a red arrow. Arrows. Why can I select the arrow? Sketch. There we go. Ooh. I'll send the screenshot later. Let's just continue about DevTools. Oh, here we go.
Hey. Yeah, so the dev tools are just really nice because you can see like all your tables. You can see all the data. You can also see the live queries you have running. So on that top tab, you can like click through like the queries that you have running.
Yeah.
You can see like events that you're syncing. or events
Cool.
that have happened rather. You can see sync status, etc. So
Yeah.
the dev tools are just really nice for that type of thing. And you can also see the perf in the upper right hand corner, like you get a little FPS meter.
Purse.
Yeah, so useful for that kind of stuff.
Right. So we have a basic recipe screen. We did talk about adding a form, but what I want to see as possible is if we can just take the recipe link and then get AI to like extract a recipe from it. But to do that, we would need an AI that supports like URLs. Does ChatGPT support that? Let's pull up with a scratch page a little bit of shape. Scratch page, recipes. So to do this, we need like some recipe schema.
Hey, Josh. Sorry, I didn't see your chat before, but welcome to the stream.
Recipe. Description.
Okay.
We would need type tool. We would need some ingredients. Well, maybe let's just start with that. And then we have it extracts recipe from URL thing. Let's just find a recipe list. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
So we do language model. Generate object. Prompt. To extract recipe details from the following website. I'm not sure if it supports this, but we'll find out. Hit.pro. Then we try one of OpenAI's models. Maybe one of the O's. Get it mini.
One of the O's.
And then this will need much. Open AI client dot layer config API key conducted and what else is missing? The HTTP client. Yeah, provide.
Is this going to be like
Right.
server side or?
You can use OpenAI client side. So at some point we had a setting for like an OpenAI key or something.
Got it.
But I just want to see if OpenAI supports like extracting from URLs. It's doing something. Nope. Oh, we're not logging anything. That's fine. Flatbit.
The old missing console.log.
Yeah.
I'm certainly thinking very hard.
Is quite. I think the O models are quite slow. That's expected because they're like reasoning models or something.
Yeah. If you want something faster, you could use like GPT-4o Mini or something like that.
Yeah. Crunchy oven fried chicken. Recipe to needs. Well, okay. Yes, it's meditation. Short title. Recipe. Exclude website names. And then we'll try GPT-4. I guess it does have to call out to the website. Crispy fried chicken, that's a good name. That means it did work.
Insanely crispy, according to the first statement.
Include adjectives. Cooking time. I guess this can be optional. And I guess then we can get like a duration for Louise. Or maybe like a duration from minutes.
We're gonna have to see how this works. Like sometimes the models will barf at certain schemas because their JSON schema representations are quite limited. But you could try duration and see how it goes.
Yeah.
See if it works. At some point, what I think would be really cool in V4, you could tell me if this is really dumb, but I think it would be kind of cool, is if we take a schema and provide an alternate JSON schema parser. Because right now, we take a schema, we use the JSON schema parser, and we kind of transform it to like a very limited version of JSON schema. I was talking to Julio, and I think it might be cool in 4.0 if we take the schema and have a specialized JSON schema for AI, where if it encounters a data type that it can't represent in like the model's JSON schema, it would like take the description of what to do with that data type and like smush it into the description attached to the property. I thought that would be kind of cool.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so if you have like a duration, instead of getting an error, maybe like we could figure out a way to compile the schema to something where the description says what to do.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe. In minutes. And then here we'll do a decode. I always forget them. I always forget which one's which. Yeah. So that one will be duration.
Yeah, the way I like when I do these transforms, the way that I keep it straight is if I name the first parameter the opposite of the one that I'm working on. So like decode, I name the first parameter encoded, and vice versa. Like for some reason that helps me.
Okay, I think that's what we want. Yes. Cooking time, number, not required, and the timer test for the rest 3 minutes. So the AI model just needs to find a number, and then we turn it into a nice duration.
Perfect.
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 We need like an ingredient model. Represents ingredient using recipe, quantity, name of the ingredients, and then maybe like I guess you kind of need like the unit. Right, and then in here we can do ingredients. What does that give us? Ingredient looks good. I guess quantity could default to the 1. I don't think you can do transforms though with default. I think that will blow up. Nope, great. How about we just try that and see what happens?
I like it.
Recipes. In file equals .env. Alright, so we want some. There we go. Invalid schema. Required is required to be supplied into an array, including every key and properties. So everything needs to be required. Okay. So I guess we can just make this or undefined or I guess no. Or it's probably the correct thing for JSON.
Joel, were you looking for the Tim's the Oven theme or something else? Sorry, I don't have very many commands in my Twitch chat.
No. Or I guess we did do a transform here. Schema.null or schema.number. And then we'd go to a schema.number.
There's somebody at my door, Tim. I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright. Will it complain? Got no more optionals. Nice. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries. So we've got a response. We just want to log the response star. Is it value? Where do we store?
If it's a structured output response, it should just be dot value.
Right. It's-
Chicken pieces.
Eight chicken pieces. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Buttermilk, vegetable oil. Okay. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that actually what's in the recipe?
We should jump to the recipe. I guess it would be nice to have the sections.
Yeah, like what would different, maybe components, or maybe like dishes, like would be like the sub.
I wonder if we can just have it on the ingredient itself, so. Let's call it group. Group cooking.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Recipe component.
I think these are probably going to be like, yeah, there's going to be like multiple components, and each component is going to have ingredients.
What we can do is do an ingredient component. Ingredients component. Let's try that. The name of the component, e.g. marinade.
I think you can actually put examples on there. I'm not sure if they get transported into the JSON schema, but I think that.
Cake. Let's get rid of that. And then ingredients would be an array of ingredients. We have top errors. So we need to go to there. Alright, Jeopardy. What you got? Main coating. This progress. This progress. Let's change.
It feels like
console.
it feels like these are dishes within the recipe. That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking of here. And I wonder if the AI would do better if we like told it like a recipe. You know, it might be made up of many dishes.
I'm sure if we
Something
use
else.
a better model, we'd probably get better results. Here we use the depth of Is the cooking time actually on this recipe? Yeah, 15 minutes cooked. 30. Oil for deep frying, one of those. Coating, marinade, chicken. Yes, good with that. Cooking time, 16 seconds.
Yep,
That's some fast chickens.
that's some fast, crispy fried chicken.
Cooking time. The time it takes to cook the chicken in minutes.
Yeah, I mean we're parsing it out.
Using seconds. That's
And
my
we're
fault.
parsing
The
it.
models.
Yeah.
2 minutes. There we go. 16 minutes is. Oh, let's just try it again. Yeah, I think using the 04 menu gets much better results with like the ingredient components. It would be nice to get an image URL of it there. Ingredients, cooking time. If we just do image URL. Schema.no or string. Right, how do it go? Cooking time. There we go. Node. So that is seconds. Divided by 6 minutes. 30 minutes. Okay, good. Maybe we'll just search prep time there as well. Duration from seconds.
I think it's in minutes though, isn't it?
Yeah. I keep making that mistake. From minutes. It takes to prepare the recipe in minutes. And then here we can have like, again, total time. It should be option.
Option.onion.
Return. Cool. Maybe if one's missing, we just, I don't know. I think we'll always need the cooking time, but we'll make the prep time optional. Option .get or else duration.0. Okay. Check after we need recipe steps. All the directions. Step. Steps. Well, they just need text.
Maybe like text and order.
Well, the order will be like the index of the array.
In theory.
In theory.
Never know what order the LLM is going to return things in.
Okay. Let's try that. I'm just like looking ahead to like when we might add a grocery list, it might be good to like capture the ingredient kind of like grocery aisle. Maybe we can do that later. Yeah, what do we
Yeah, I
got?
think the UI is going to sort of drive some of that information as well later.
Yeah. So we've got image URL, file not found. Oh, image new tab. I'm guessing it just tried to guess that URL. I wonder if we can like force it to check if the URL works. Ensure that Yeah, it's accessible and response of a valid image. Prep time and copy time are the same. Yeah, let's example it. Prep time 15, 30, total 45. Okay. So it's screwed up there. Okay. Maybe for units we give it like a union of literals to choose from.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have to get like too crazed with like the
I'm just thinking like later if we wanted to do like metric conversions, it would
got
be
it.
good to have a predefined list. Grams, kilograms, mils, liters, TTs.
Probably also gonna want milligrams. That's why like it can get like a little crazy, but
let's go for grams. We don't really use milligrams in the metric world. That will cook it that much.
whatever.
What
We
does
like,
America use? Do they just use pounds and
We use whatever we feel like, whatever feels right in the moment. Whatever feels correct in the moment.
alright. Okay then. So the prep time didn't really work. What is 900,000?
I think it's 45 minutes. Maybe. Or am I doing my math?
Divided by 1,000 divided by 60? 15 minutes. So I've just used the prep time for both. The prep time is right, but not copy time. This is different from prep time. I think we're getting pretty close. And then we can use this model for the LiveStore database.
That looks more correct.
Coming up fairly soon. I'll go then. Okay, I'm not sure what I'll do about images. It seems like it's not really something that will work with AI.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably fake the placeholders for now, and then figure out a better strategy for images like later on.
Is the image URL even in the source? No.
You could tell it do not guess image URL and get it from the
Yeah.
source if present
Yeah,
or something
sure.
like that.
Image URL should be directly extracted from the
Maybe from like the
website
website HTML.
source, which, you know, do not make one up.
Let's see how it does.
Let's go, Jippities. No. Okay.
All right, at least it was honest.
Yeah. Uh, That looks like they don't actually have image tags, so. Yeah, it does make his job harder. Oh no, that's it.
Thank you. Swapped out.
ChEffect.
I think you swapped out is and in your code.
Sorry, what was it?
I think you swapped out the word is and in the description for that code.
Yeah, sure, in
Man.
It's still making up rerolls.
Great.
But for now, we will get rid of image URL.
But we could always later on have a separate AI request that takes in a recipe and we tell AI to generate an image for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess image generation will be interesting. Open AI. image generator. Do we support that?
We don't support
I know we
built-in
support
tools.
uploading images.
Yeah, we don't
I'm
support
not sure.
built-in tools yet, which I think you need for OpenAI. But I actually have an API in mind for this.
AI response. Text. We support parts. And in parts we have text, reasoning. So we don't have an image or a file, but
In the input we do. I don't think in the output we do.
yeah.
But for image generation, isn't it a tool?
So yeah, we give it a tap. Image generation.
Yeah, so my idea for supporting built-in tools for all the providers is to basically have a specialized AI tool that's like AI tool.built-in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use the image generation API, which we support through the client, but you'd have to like
Yeah.
call it manually. But anyways, my idea for the image for built-in tools is to have like a specialized built-in AI tool, and then the providers themselves would expose their own built-in tools that you can like have their own options and
Yeah.
everything on.
Okay.
And when you give them to a toolkit, the toolkit would not require you to implement those tools, but they'd still show up in the toolkit because they need to be able to be sent like with the tools.
Gotcha.
So this way you can actually like selectively say when you want built-in tools to be available in a toolkit.
Okay, so we have a model. So we go to source, maybe domain, recipe. Oops. AI, open, AI. Export all of these schemas. Okay. So LiveStore schema. Need to work out how we're going to persist all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like an easy way to do it for now would be to just have a single JSON field that stores the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be pretty easy. I guess it would be tricky to query.
I mean, it depends on whether or not you think. Yeah, it would be tricky to query, but essentially you just pull out the JSON every single time,
Yeah.
and then so you wouldn't be able to do very efficient queries. But
Okay.
another option is to have each field be independent, and then for the fields that are like compound fields, those could be JSON fields. And then the third
Yeah.
option is obviously to build in relations, but
Yeah, I guess it's another. Just keep like the indexable stuff in columns. Within the full recipe as JSON. What have I got here? Blob, JSON, real text table. So, yeah, because if we were to persist this, we would need to have like a separate ingredients table. Recipe. So we got title, rep, time. We can keep rating. Rating is more of like a user-generated rating, regardless. Maybe we'll rename this to like extracted recipe. And then we'll have like a recipe that we use in the app. Extracted recipe dot fields. So extracted recipe would be for AI. And then this one will be for internal use, and then we can add rating. Servings is always like a weird one because sometimes servings is like it makes 6 cupcakes. You know, other times it's like it serves 6 people.
yeah, I mean, if we wanted to go along with the the UI that we're developing, then we could have a specific field, but like number of persons served.
Yeah, Judo. Rating. Yes. got serving. Alright, for now, ingredients could just be a JSON blob. JSON. Schema. Schema. Array. Ingredients component. Steps. This the recipe creation. I think we'll need some like schema to transform between the domain and then the scope.
Yeah, probably a good idea, because then you can maybe use that for, I forget which schema the events use for input. I think they both use the type side, unfortunately.
Okay. Recipe from schema.transform. So we want to go from whatever LiveStore gives us. Recipes dot row schema, and then we're going to go to recipe.
I think that cooking time and cook time are different names, which might be part of the problem here.
It will definitely be one part of it. Let's
Not
this
for you.
about encode. Deleted out would be no. What's expecting here? All your steps.
I think you just have to create instances of the class.
So decode, this is the escalate things. 13. Prep time incompatible. String will know as a sample club duration or no. Okay. So for it'd be nice if you could do like additional schemas here. Oh yeah, you can. Schema duration. We want duration from string. I guess we're going to store it as a number. A real. Okay. And we'll use that for cooking time too. So we've got durations here. error is tricky to find.
I think you're missing the strict property. I see it in the error.
It's an optional setting. If you turn it to false, it will just like basically disable type checking.
I see it in the error,
You
though.
can force it to true, and then it'll complain about something else.
Yeah, let's let it complain about something else.
It's not assignable to type. Just tell me my duration, and I was not assignable to number. Yeah. So here we want to do like a schema, type schema. There we go. And then here we can just go to the row directly.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
So I say we get to the point where we're utilizing our schema, and then we could probably call it for the evening. So we've been going for about an hour 15 so far.
A type error. But it's not in my code. We just need to fix the materializer, whatever that means. So recipe created. Just needs an input schema. I guess we could just do like an image here. Or we could use create a model. Fume edge SQL. Import from ChEffect SQL model. And here we would use recipe.insert. Maybe not JSON create. Insert. Looks like insert everything is optional anyway.
Yeah.
Great. So we updated our schema. What does old LiveStore mean with that?
Do we have any type errors?
Probably. This will be the only place we're using it. Cooking time. We know our duration. So here we could just do a recipe, cooking time, and that. And then we can work on the formatting later, but duration, dot format. Cannot create file.
To the URL, try in your other browser tab, try appending. So you can either do basically gonna want to
wipe the site data and
yeah. So it uses opfs on the browser to reset. Just do a question mark. Just do a question mark reset in the URL of ChEffect. I don't know if Johannes built this into the main branch of LiveStore or just the one I was using.
I haven't OPFS this before, so we can just
you can just trash the databases.
The error occurred while spawning a worker. You hear me? Because initial message already sent, it was different now.
To try, I don't know. I know that Johannes always recommends me developing in a incognito browser when I do this.
Oh, yeah.
But
good try. Let's fix the other means. Command shifting.
great.
We need to add a recipe. I guess we could use the depth tools.
I think it allows you to add entries. I don't really remember.
Recipes. No.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can quickly add a really quick and dirty
yeah, have
AI
Copilot
thing.
generate one for you. Oh, we could do that too.
I guess I just need to hard code an API key somewhere. Let me just take that off screen for a bit. .env. So we want open AI API key, API key. And then let's use the same one. .env. Cool. Save. So for this, we go to our main. Cool. So we quickly add the AI service. AI export class AI helper. And then here we'll need I guess for now we can just use open. O3, O4 mini. And then recipe from euro. Make the function. AI helpers recipe from euro. If we annotate the current span of 0s. And then in here, we use generate objects. Response equals AI dot. And then we want to get neutral. Schema is extracted recipe to response dot value.
Nice. Does annotating the current span also add a log annotation? I forget.
No, it does affect spans. And then in here we can go to effect.provide model. Now what have I got? Right. The type wasn't amazing, but sure.
Yeah, I feel like the effect as effect wrapper type thingy is strange. It's also weird because we're returning a generator, so I feel like it's
The
supposed to
reason
not do
why
that.
it's there is because of effect subtyping.
Mm.
Otherwise, if you returned an option, it doesn't properly get flattened.
Got it.
So in 4.0 that will be fixed. Okay, we've got a service. We'll need dependencies in here. And for now, we can just... at some point, we'll need to add like a setting for the AI key, but for now, we'll just grab it from config. Open AI client will be open AI client.layout config, and the API key will be config redacted. And here it'll be vit that one. And then we'll use fetch. Fetch. PHP client.layer. Cool. So now if we look at the layer, we're there, great. Now I'll just put the runtime in here for RX. And then we need a URL. We get our helpers, and then extracted recipe, and then somehow we need to get it back into LiveStore. Maybe for now we'll just log it and call it a day.
Yeah, I think that what we can probably do is return it somehow, or we could access LiveStore.
I think we'll need to get
So-
LiveStore into RX somehow.
Yeah.
But anyway, if we go to our page, add recipe button. Yeah, this guy. If we just extract it out, recipe button. And then go back up to here. Use RX set. And then we'll grab that. Then RX thing. So here we just need to pass it around. Unclick. Sure. Where is... There it is. Fried chicken recipe. So it's posted out to OpenAI. It looks like it's doing something.
It did take quite some time when we were doing it with O4,
Yeah,
so
here we go, here we go. Got the recipe. Got cooking time. In the prep time, we got some ingredients. Got our steps in the title. Right.
nice.
So we've now got the AI component working. We just need to get create a city file. Integrate recipe extraction into LiveStore. And before we do that, we need to get LiveStore into RX.
Yeah. Hey, Suyash. We're all good. Tim, Suyash wanted to let you know that the light theme looks great.
My theme is... My theme light auto toggles between light and dark merge, but my light theme...
Tim, I have literally never seen you on NeoVim on this stream with a dark theme. Is it time-based?
Alright. Yeah, it's time-based.
Then that's why.
Yeah. I have no idea where I can figure my theme up. It's probably in plugins UI. Yeah, Tokyo Night Day in Tokyo Night Storm.
Nice. Well,
Alright. Let's save that.
thank you all very much for joining us today for our stream on ChEffect. We'll keep going the next time. Hopefully next time we'll be able to get LiveStore into RX, and then we'll be able to start like working with data in the app some more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thank you all very much, and see you next time.
See you, everyone.